So when building customer care, communication is an essential part of what we do. We're going to look at some different things here. Identify methods of communication, including verbal and non-verbal. We'll talk about positive and negative body language, give examples of when you should take the initiative, give different situations in effective communication in different range of situations, describe communication approaches that will make a positive effect, explain why a consistent positive attitude is vital, outline appropriate ways to meet and greet customers politely, explain why it's important to respond to customers in an appropriate timescale, acknowledge customers even when they're busy, and describe how to work in a way that shows enthusiasm and willingness. So have a think of yourselves, have a think of two things. Firstly, positive body language, and have a think of negative body language. You can write them down. Another fun thing to do is to put yourself in that position and then photograph it. You can send the photographs should you want then on the group, on the stream, or you can just keep them to yourselves and write down things. So think of positive and negative body languages. It is quite interesting to try and put yourself in as positive position as possible, and then in the negative one see the differences. So positive ones, you might have had things like an open posture. By this we mean the kind of shoulders are back and the arms are not folded, the arms down by your sides. Eye contact. Eye contact shouldn't be complete, so you should break eye contact readily, not like a staring eye contact, but you should have regular eye contact. Smiling appropriately, particularly around the eyes. If it's a genuine smile, your eyes will get involved. And then generally mirroring. Now you'll see from the video later on, you can overdo the mirroring. So really it's about putting yourself in the same zone as your client, and then you do tend to adopt similar actions. Negative might be having arms folded, little or no eye contact, having your hands in your pockets. It's not really an open posture, raising your eyebrows, reacting unfavourably to things they say. So have watched this clip. Now it's quite a long. If you watch the first 3 minutes, there's a body language demonstration you can look at. There's other things in the clip. You can take it. Active listening skills. This is very important because even if you are listening, that's not as obvious to people. So people like to feel that they've been listened to. So here's some ways that you might demonstrate that you are listening. You could nod at appropriate times. Lean slightly forward rather than lean back. So particularly if that matches the client's position. Have positive facial expressions like smiling, etc., to ensure you're engaged with them. Have appropriate eye contact. Paraphrasing, so this is and summarising. They're both similar skills where you repeat back roughly what they've said, either in a slightly different way or in a summative way. Reflect back what they've said, which is good. Show empathy, so obviously if they're telling you something sad, you might adopt that tone of voice. And be non-judgmental. So this is important. We are trying to affect positive behaviour change. If someone says, for example, that they smoke, and we react negatively to that, they will subconsciously start to withhold information from us and not adapt. So staying non-judgmental is very important to getting in a place with them. It's only when they're in that place we can start to help them. So here's an interesting thing to do. So do some research, find 10 greeting methods that are different from different places in the world. You'll find we've adopted quite a lot of new ones lately with the virus around. So handshaking can be, although it's the most traditional, it can be slightly risky. So we have various other methods. So what I tend to find increasingly is I tend to hold back, and I tend to be guided by the client's body language. So if they hold out a hand, I might respond. Because I don't want to be in a position where I'm making them feel awkward by doing something inappropriate. So often they can do that and you can respond. But if you really focus on getting in their space, this becomes really helpful. So you should now know how to identify different types of verbal and non-verbal communication. You should understand the difference between positive and negative body language. You should be able to give examples of approaching customers, how to deal with different situations, how to describe communication approaches that will make a positive impression, explain why a positive attitude is important, outline appropriate ways to meet and greet. We didn't do much on timescales, but think about how you feel when someone gets back to you quickly and doesn't keep you waiting, and also how to work in a way that demonstrates enthusiasm with your clients.